On to the final matchup that we're going to handicap, Mo, looking at Packers and Giants. This point spread sitting around where it opened at, which is Packers minus 6.5. There are some juiced Packers minus 6.5 point spreads starting to pop up. Pretty much all minus 110 both ways. A total that under 40, which is very on par with the rest of the market, with the rest of these games this week, maybe outside of a couple on the East Coast. But how are you handicapping this one? Maybe you're looking to get some revenge here, despite you betting the Packers, you being a Chiefs fan, not enjoying the outright result on Sunday night.
Dude, nobody's been riding the Packers more than me. I think I've hit them all three of their last few wins. So been very above market on the Packers, definitely for the past month or so. At the same time, that's kind of what's leading me into thinking this is a tricky spot for them. I mean, they're coming in riding high, 3 straight W's, quality W's too, and now facing a bad team on the road, which is like 2 big red flags for a potential for a flat spot, and then you add in how high they're riding right now, and facing a Giants team that, man, nobody is more talking about how bad Tommy DeVito is than me, but they have had 2 weeks to prep for this, and even getting some extra time with this being a Monday nighter, so I'm kind of trying to hit the spot here and take the dog money on the Giants. I was really disappointed in the way the Chiefs approached that game defensively, to be honest with you. Just expected a way better game plan. It felt like they went in with the most vanilla approach ever. It did not seem like they were very interested in bringing pressure, blitzing Jordan Love, a quarterback who has been pretty poor at times when you can get in his face. But it didn't really seem like the Chiefs really brought that many blitzes aside from that big 4th and 1 conversion, which, if you're forcing guys to throw, I'm not going to say Hail Mary because it was a good throw, but basically a moon ball into practically triple coverage. That's a result you can live with if they're going to complete those. And they just didn't really want to do that very much, it seemed like. So, obviously the Chiefs better defense, more talented defense than what the Giants are running out there, but only the Vikings blitz more than the Giants. I know they're going to try to come after Love. So I think that probably helps them in this spot. And an injury that could affect Green Bay as well with Christian Watson going down. I don't believe he's going to be able to play this week. And especially with the way Green Bay's been playing offense, I mean, every time I've been watching them, they're getting a lot of mileage out of these deep drops with Jordan Love, offensive line building a wall, and then he's got time to look downfield, and you see it in his ADOT. 9 ADOT, that's, I think, 3rd highest in the NFL. So they're getting a lot of mileage out of their deep passing game. I think the Vikings are the Giants are gonna make them play a little bit different here, and add in another game with bad weather, 15-mile-an-hour winds, raining all day in New York. So I think the total obviously reflects that. You see a 36.5 there. I think I'm gonna take the dog money. This is an Eli special. I would assume you're with me on this one since the uglier the team, usually the happier you are. Doesn't get much uglier than Tommy DeVito here. You do have the Giants too running the ball well at times. I know the numbers are pretty rough, what they are, but man, Green Bay's run defense is pretty bad. I mean, the Chiefs have not exactly overpowered a lot of teams. Isaiah Pacheco and the offensive line, there was holes. They were really killing Green Bay in that sense, and this is overall a mediocre to weak run defense. They rank, bottom 10 in EPA. Maybe the potential for some big plays here and there, although I won't hold my breath there in the passing game with Jalen Hyatt. He has been helping out Tommy DeVito and providing a little bit of juice that they really, really lacked in that department. Nobody winning downfield, nobody making big plays in the passing game. So, I mean, the sacks that DeVito is taking are terrifying. So they are going to have to hopefully iron that out at least a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna swallow hard and take the dog money here.
I think your handicap is spot on. I haven't pulled the trigger on Giants, but you mentioned the Giants being able to run the ball. It's kind of to the similar point if the Bears are able to do so against the Lions as a dog. catching over a key number, or Giants are getting 6. But in today's NFL with 2-point conversions, it's still a big number, regardless of whether it's a key number or not. And offensive line is also getting healthier. I know the Giants rank bottom 3 when it comes to run block win rate, but assuming Evan Neal is back at right tackle, the offensive line is the healthiest it's been, with Andrew Thomas also at left tackle in a long time, especially when you go back to that Bills game on Sunday Night Football, which they're somehow able to remain competitive in. And like you said, this Packers run defense is vulnerable. They were playing a bit better with Devondre Campbell back in the lineup outside of that Chiefs game last Sunday night. But if the Giants can maintain that positive game script, shortening the clock, a total around 37, it definitely plays to the home underdog. The only thing I worry about is turnover variance kind of swinging the other way for the Giants. You know, you go back to that matchup 2 weeks before the bye, the getting +6, I think, in the turnover differential department against the Commanders, and then finishing with a plus turnover differential against the Patriots as well. But you also wonder if, I think you brought this up, if the Packers come out flat in this spot or not. And also, they should seemingly get some offensive regression, whether you like the Giants' defense or not either. And this secondary is horrendous, especially with the step back that Adoree Jackson has taken this year. But the amount of scoring possessions they had against the Chiefs last week, we have to see some semblance of negative variance go their way, and it may come from the get-go if they come out a bit flat. So I'm with you, man. If I do wind up betting this game, it's probably going to be on New York.
Yeah, and we've seen some underdogs come out and grab leads, and at that point, especially when you have a situation where it's going to be hard to pass downfield in the conditions and whatnot, the Giants would be in a really good spot if they can ambush Green Bay a little bit. So just hoping the spot does help them out here, which I really think it should. I mean, you know that stuff like a bye and whatnot is generally going to be accounted for in the line, but just specifically here with even extra time, like I said, and a Green Bay team that is just absolutely peaking, and the market's finally given them some respect here after multiple weeks of just not believing whatsoever. So maybe it is time to sell them. I'm hoping it is.
Yeah, and you mentioned getting pressure on Love. I know the Packers offensive line is playing better, which is a point that we brought up last week, handicapping Chiefs Packers, but Wink Martindale, known for his blitz packages, and the Giants have the 11th ranked pass rush win rate, potentially getting Dexter Lawrence back, their nose tackle, this week. So coming off the bye on both sides of the ball in the trenches, the Giants could be getting healthier, which is big. So that's going to do it for this half of the Beat the Closing Number podcast, as Mo and I handicap our 4 favorite bets, looking at the Rams, Bears, Falcons, and Giants.